Hey everyone, thank you for watching. And today's video is going to be a trying a new makeup video, and it's going to be mostly focused on the new Urban Decay Naked Cherry collection. I did receive this collection in PR from Urban Decay, so a big thank you to them for sending this over to me. I had it on my Instagram and I asked what you guys wanted to see, and a lot of people said you wanted to see me trying out the collection. So we have a lot to try out today with the Urban Decay Naked Cherry collection, so why don't we go ahead and get started. Alrighty, so the collection is available now. So included is the Naked Cherry eyeshadow palette. So this looks very similar to, you know, the other Urban Decay Naked palettes. You have your double-ended brush in there. You have the mirror, and this is $49. There's also a face palette included. This is a highlight and blush palette. This one is $34. Also included in there is two eyeliners. These are both $21. These are the 24/7 glide-on pencils, which I really enjoy. We have Black Market and then also Love Drug. And then we have 3 different lipsticks in the collection. Also, these are, let me tell you, $18. So we have Juicy, which is a metallicized finish, and also Devilish, another metallicized finish, and then Cherry, which is a cream. The Comfort Mattes are my favorite formula, so I'm a little sad I didn't see any of those, and that 2 of them are metallic lips, which aren't really my thing, but we'll give some of these a shot, see what I think. And then also in here is the all-nighter spray. This is the cherry scented, which looks like such, and this is a $15. So I think this is a travel size. So I have a lot to try out today. I'm going to start off with the eyeshadow palette. I went ahead, I have, you know, some of my face done already, foundation, concealer, powder, contour, and bronzer in my brows. But I did go ahead and swatch the palette here. So this is what the swatches of the inside of the palette look like. The first 6 are all pretty light shades, and then the rest of the palette gets pretty deep. And I mean, some of these lash shades do get pretty dark. I was trying to decide what I wanted to do with this palette, and I think I'm feeling like a matte eye look today. I've been doing a lot of like halo eyes, spotlight eyes, a lot with shimmers lately, but for some reason some of these mattes are kind of speaking to me. So let me get you zoomed in and we will get started. Alrighty, I would like to say my hair, let's just not look at it. It doesn't really know what it wants to do. I was on Snapchat this morning and showing you guys what my hair looked like, and it was great. So this is what we've got going on at this moment. But I always have to have my hair back when I'm doing my makeup, so I can't have it like down and like beautiful and like curled and stuff as I'm doing my makeup, because I'm constantly like pushing it to the side. I don't know how people do their makeup like that, but I cannot. So this is what we are working with at this moment. Okay, let's move on. So I think I'm first gonna take this shade right here, which is Feels, and I'm just using the brush that comes in the collection. So you have kind of like a blender brush on one side and then more of a like lower lash line brush in my opinion on the other. So I'm gonna start with Feels, which is more of that matte pink. I have my concealer on as my primer. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start to work this one on the outer part of the eye and then into the crease. I'm gonna use a few different mattes here, so I'm just gonna take my time like really blending this out to have it be kind of like that first kind of gradient in the crease here. But so far that looks to be a pretty matte shade. I've been watching a few of the reviews coming in so far on the Naked Cherry. So far from what I've seen and who I've been watching, people have been saying that they've been enjoying it, so that's good. But I'm excited to give it a shot for myself. I was not really expecting the package. I don't know, I get some PR from Urban Decay, I don't get everything. And I don't know, I guess I was just thinking with how hyped up this collection was after the, you know, discontinuation of the original Naked palette. I was like, there's no way. But I was super excited. I'm gonna keep the same brush and I'm gonna come into the shade Bing here, which is kind of like the next darkest kind of pinky matte that I see, and I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm gonna concentrate it just a little bit lower than the first shade as I'm blending it out. What I like to do is really kind of like pack that pigment right here on the end of my eye, and then once I have most of that pigment down, then I'll go ahead and start blending. That way it's not like too much pigmentation or too much color right away, like right in the center of my crease or in the inner part of my eye. So, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start to blend. And again, this shade I'm really kind of putting right in the crease of my eye as I'm blending, where the other one I was just a little bit higher. So I'm just doing a little bit lower with this one. So far I'm liking the brush, at least the blending side of this brush. I'm quite liking it, and I'm not finding any issues as I am blending. I guess that there's been some kick up in the palette, but so far with the two mattes that I've done, I haven't had any fallout on my face, so that's nice, especially because I have, like I said, my foundation and my concealer already done, so I was a little nervous about doing that, but I didn't really have any new like face products to share today, so, and I thought because I have kind of a full collection here that I could try to focus on that. So I'm gonna grab a clean blending brush. This is a Sigma E35, and I'm just gonna kind of blend the edges here on both eyes. I do apologize if you can hear the rain. It has been so rainy and just like ugh in Iowa the past, I don't know, week or something, and it's raining pretty hard outside, so I apologize if you can hear the rain. I'm gonna grab a smaller blending brush. This is the large pointed crease, the L218 from Stilazzi, and I'm gonna grab the shade Devilish, which is right here. So that's even darker than the other shade that I just used. So that is the swatch of Devilish right there, and then that's the one that we used prior, so you can kind of see the difference in the swatches there. So again, grabbing a smaller, kind of more pointed brush, and I'm just gonna pack that one on the outer part of the eye, and then I'm actually gonna pack just a little bit on the inner part too, and then just kind of blend that. I don't really do this a lot, but I don't know, I'm just kind of rolling with something today. So yeah, I thought it would be pretty to maybe have a little bit darker on the inner and outer parts, and then come in with a lighter matte shade in the center. Oh, that's what I'm going with. I don't usually come up with like my own fun makeup looks, so we'll see how this goes down. But for some reason, that's what I had in my mind to do, so we will see here. And then I'm just kind of blending that all over the crease here. That shade's actually a lot darker than I was expecting. I kind of really took this from a more pinky look to a more purple look, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm not mad or anything right now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the other eye. So far, I'm not really having any issues really blending or anything. Everything seems to be going pretty well so far on the eyes, so that's good. Again, I'm gonna pop a little right on that inner part of my eye, and then just blend away. Again, even working with that darker shade, I still have no fallout on my face, so that makes me really pleased. Okay, so this is what we got so far. It is getting so dark outside. I might have to pull another light soon. I felt so bad. As my camera was cooling down, I went to, Aries went and stood by the door, and I was like, you're not gonna wanna go out there. And I opened up the door for her. That's my dog, if you don't know. I went to open up the door for her, and she saw the rain coming down, and I swear she went like this. I was like, I don't know what to do either. Okay, so I'm gonna next take this shade. I'm gonna take this shade Juicy right here, this matte shade. So it looks like a nice kind of like peachy matte. I don't know, the last shade that I put on was more purple than I was expecting, so I don't know if this is gonna go how I envisioned it in my head. Story of my life, but we're gonna give it a shot. So I'm gonna come in with a small flat shader brush. This is from Real Techniques. It's their shading brush. So I'm just gonna pick up a little bit here, tap off the excess, and I'm gonna kind of like pop that right in the center of the eye. So it's still kind of like a halo spotlight eye, which I've been loving lately, but like a matte version of it. Because I feel, like I said, I feel like I'm doing a lot of shimmer halo eyes. So I don't know, I thought maybe I could switch it up, and I was inspired by all these fun mattes. So not that I don't like the shimmers, and they all swatched really pretty. I thought the whole palette swatched pretty, honestly, but that's just kind of what I was vibing on today. I'm just going to pack that right onto the center of the lid. I kind of like the contrast because it kind of brings back a little bit of the pink vibe that we had going on at first, and then we went kind of like deep purple, but now we're kind of bringing it back. And this is more peachy than it is cherry. I don't know. It's like a cherry peach look. Is that a thing? I'm gonna bring in that Sigma blending brush again and then just kind of blend everything there. I kind of actually like how that turned out. It was not what I had in my head, how I thought the end result was going to look, but I still like what it did. So I'm just gonna kind of blend a little bit, and then like I normally would with my halo eyes, like I'm just gonna kind of perfect how I want it to be. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more of the juicy shade, and then I will blend again. I don't think I need to add any more of the purple because that shade showed up, I mean, right away. So I don't feel like I need to add any there, but I'm just gonna add a little bit more to the center and then blend. And then I think we will be pretty good. Okay, I think I'm gonna add some lashes. I'm pretty sure I am, but as I try to sit here and decide, I'm just gonna kind of finish off the rest of the eye look, and I'm gonna try out the 24/7 Glide On pencils. So again, it comes in Love Drug and also Black Market. Very interesting names. I'll go ahead and swatch both of these so we can see what they look like. So this one here is in Black Market. So, I mean, it's definitely a black, but it's kind of more, reminds me of like a stormy black. Like it's not a very intense black, kind of more of like a gray or like a bluish black. And then the other one is a Love Drug. So it looks like that. So that one's kind of more of like your purple cherry color with some shimmer in it also. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this one here and I'm going to run that on my waterline. Sometimes these shades, a lot of like the pinks and the purples, they can get a little bit dangerous, especially more of like the pinks and the burgundies, because if I'm not careful, I can come off looking just like I'm sick, like I have a cold, you know, that sort of thing. So I'm gonna try to kind of counteract all of that together with the lower lash line color choices. So I'm actually gonna take the very last shade here, which is called Privacy, and I'm just gonna take the other end of the brush that came in the palette, and I'm just going to push this shade, try to be as close as I can to the lower lash line. And it did swatch really dark, so that's kind of why I want to go small and just add in any other, or add in more as need be, instead of going too hard right away and then looking like I'm sick and with a black eye. I mean, I have done that before, let me tell you. Not a good look. I want kind of like a lighter shade to blend it out. A lot of times I like to do this instead of going lighter first and then adding the dark. I'll go dark and then try to blend it out with a lighter shade. I was trying to decide between these two mattes here, the Feels and the Juicy. I think I'm gonna go with Feels, which is more of like the pinky mauve. So again, I'm just gonna use the same brush. I'm just gonna grab a little bit here. And then this one, I'm not trying to be like as close to the lash line. I'm just gonna kind of try to blend it as best as I can. I make a very uncute blending face. Like I just want to be like, I try to hold myself back. So I think I'm gonna try to keep with the matte theme that we got going on. So I'm gonna grab a little bit of Hot Spot, which is the first shade here. It's kind of like that white pinky matte. And I'm just gonna grab a small detail brush. This is the Morphe E36. I'm just going to pop that into the inner part of my eye, and then I'm going to add just a little bit to the brow bone as well, kind of like right here, kind of on the arch. And I kind of want it to be like not super noticeable. It just kind of brightens that area up just a little bit, and also can kind of take away some of that purple that's more on the inner part of the eye and just kind of brighten up that area. Again, just a little bit on the brow bone. I'm kind of feeling the matte vibes here today. I I feel like it's just different from what I've been doing lately. So this is the eye look right now. You have to let me know what you think. I am gonna go ahead and pop on some lashes and then we'll move over to the face palette. Alrighty, so I got my lashes on. These are the style Boss Babe from Love Lock Cosmetics. So I'm gonna move over to the Naked Cherry face palette, which looks like so. So again, you have the 3 different shades. You have the mirror. So the center shade is a blush and then the outer 2 are highlights. So here is swatches of the palette. So this one is more kind of like your, it's almost like a pinky champagne highlight, I would say. And then you have your blush, which looks to be like a nice cherry pink, if you will. And then this last highlight here in the pan, it looks white, but it actually, I don't know if you'd be able to see it the best on camera, but it actually pulls pretty pink in the swatch. So that is what the palette looks like. So I'm just gonna grab out the center shade. I'm grabbing, this is from Moda Metallics line. It's the Angle Blender brush. And so I'm just gonna grab a little bit of the blush here and pop it onto my cheeks. Blush looks pretty nice. I feel like the center shade in the highlight palette could be pretty on the eyes too. That's just me. But I am going to go ahead and take more of like the pinky champagne highlight, this one right here, and apply it to my cheekbones using, this one is also from Moda. It is the highlighter and glow brush. Okay, I'm just dipping back in for a second pass here, and I feel like that's showing up pretty well on my skin. That looks pretty. I actually might top it with a little bit of that last shade in here, just to see, just to see what we got going on. But I like that one, that's really pretty. I'm gonna take a little bit down the bridge of my nose and on the tip of my nose before I come into that last shade, just to do a little nose highlight here. And then yeah, I'm gonna come into this one here just to try it out. I'm just gonna use the same brush. I'm just gonna flip it over. I'm gonna grab just a little bit and just kind of top it more like towards the outer part of the highlight. I don't know if I noticed a huge difference with it, but I don't know. I'll try to use it alone sometime too, because I don't feel like I noticed much of a change. So before I do the lips, I'm just going to go ahead and spray my face. Again, this is the all-nighter spray, and it's supposed to be cherry scented. So a lot of people were asking me how strong of a scent it is and all of that. So again, this is kind of like that little travel version size. It was $15. So, oh, we got the double cap going on. 1 cap, 2 cap already. Love it. So I'm just going to go ahead and spray my face. So I definitely can smell like the cherry scent, but it's not too overwhelming. And I don't know, sometimes when I think of like cherry scented things or even like cherry flavored things, I think of like the Robitussin, like the cough medicine that your mom would give you as a child. And I'm like, oh, it's like gonna smell funny on my face. But I really don't notice a huge scent with it. Like as I was first spraying it, yeah, I could. But I mean, even now, as it's just been like a few seconds, I don't really smell anything anymore. So that is the face spray. I do really like the all-nighter setting spray. If you wanted a cherry scented spray, you now have that option. But why don't we go ahead and finish off with a lip color. Okay, so again, we have 3 different lips in the collection. I think I'm just gonna swatch 2. I'm gonna swatch Cherry, which is the cream, and then I wanna swatch Juicy. Juicy was one of the shades I put in my eyes, so I'm interested to swatch that one. And then I'm gonna include this one in a future giveaway because I just don't wear the metallicized lips a ton, but I didn't want to just swatch one out of the color. I don't know. Thought maybe it'd be helpful if I did 2. And maybe, you know, I feel like I'm not going like outside my comfort zone or any means. Like, let's not get carried away here. But maybe I'll try the metallic lips and see what I think. So this one is Cherry, which is the cream finish. And like this one kind of intimidates me with how deep it is, but I'll go ahead and swatch that one. It feels very creamy as I swatch it. So there is that one. And I don't know, I mean, it would go with this eye look probably, but I just feel like I don't want something that deep. Like I very, very rarely go for something that deep, but every once in a while I get a little crazy over here, you know? So then I'm gonna go ahead and swatch the one in Juicy, which is the metallic lip which looks like so. Oh, that's kind of fun, actually. I don't know. I mean, okay. I don't know if it would benefit to have like a base down and then put this over it. So I reached into my lip liner drawer and I found this one from Morphe. I don't know if that's too dark though. That's in vinyl. I found this one from Maybelline. It's in wine, so it's the second swatch here. It's really similar to that Morphe one, but it's just like a little bit lighter. I'm gonna try that one. So I'm just gonna line my lips, have my lips lined and then like filled in slightly, and I'm just gonna see how this looks over top. Just to try something different. Actually kind of don't hate the way that this is looking. I mean, it's different. It's not like my everyday, but I actually kind of like this. Here's what that lip combo is looking like. I'm actually not all that mad at it. I don't think I lined my lips very evenly, which isn't shocking because I don't really line my lips. So I'm just going to come back with the Maybelline lip liner and try to like make it look a little bit more presentable. But overall, I actually kind of like the way that it looks. And I feel like it goes with the eye look pretty well. After that, that is going to go ahead and complete this makeup look with the Naked Cherry collection. Beautiful hair and all. Guys, so that is it for today's video testing out the new Urban Decay Naked Cherry collection. So to run through the products that I used, I really did like this palette. I used all mattes out of here, so I'll definitely have to try some of the shimmers and see what I think. But the mattes I felt like I had a fairly easy time with, even using some of those darker shades, and I like the eye look that I ended up with. You'll have to let me know what you think, but I liked the brush out of here also, especially the blending side of it. I thought that was really good. So far so good for the Naked Cherry palette. For the face palette, again, I'm really pretty happy with how everything came together today. I liked that blush. I liked the highlighter. I would like to try the single highlighter on its own and see what I think of it. But I mean, so far so good. The setting spray, I mean, I don't know, you might not need the setting spray. Maybe you have the all-nighter spray, but maybe the cherry scent really draws you in. I mean, this isn't like my most favorite thing from the collection, but I do like the all-nighter sprays. And then for the lipsticks, I'm actually just so surprised at how much I actually ended up enjoying this Juicy shade. Again, not my norm, not like my everyday lip color, but I do like it. And then the cherry one, if you like that really damp, that really deep like burgundy vampy, that's what I was going for, vampy color, I bet that you would really like this one. I do like the cream formula. It's not my favorite from Urban Decay, but those are the two that I swatched, and again, there is that other one in the collection, but that's really it. And for my thoughts on it so far, I'll come back and give my review video like I always do when I'm trying something out for the first time, so stay tuned for my review. Let me know if you've got anything from this collection so far, what you're thinking of it, or if you're planning on picking anything up. I would love to know. But other than that, if you guys did enjoy this video, I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up. It started raining even more wickedly. Woo! Okay, I gotta go. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I hope that you'll subscribe before you go, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.